NVIDIA and Accenture shares both getting a boost after expanding their partnership to help companies adopt AI. And it involves creating an NVIDIA business group within Accenture and training 30,000 employees on NVIDIA's AI tools and platforms. Joining us now exclusively are NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang and Accenture CEO Julie Sweet. Jensen, Julie, great to see you. Julie joining us from across the pond in London even. So welcome. Jensen, so let's talk scaling AI adoption here. Why is this partnership important for companies being able to understand the measurable ROI they can expect and helping businesses adopt agents?
Yeah, it's great to see you. Hi, Julie. Hey, John.
Hi, Jensen.
So first of all, the last 10 years, we've been focused on reinventing the computer, getting it ready for generative AI. And what we're going through right now, the first wave of AI, is modernizing all of the world's data centers. $1 trillion worth of data centers being reimagined and modernized to be prepared for generative AI. And a lot of our focus has been in the cloud, in data centers and such. What we're looking at now is the beginning of the next wave of AI, the biggest wave of AI. And this is really about companies around the world using AI to be more productive as their digital employees and AI agents and co-pilots and however people describe them, as well as using AI, generative AI, to revolutionize the way they build their products and the products they build. And so we've created 2 operating systems to be able to do that. One of them, of course, is large language models with NeMo and NIM and all of our AI factories work. And the other operating system is Omniverse that allows us to represent digital information that is for the world of space-time. And these 2 operating systems are fundamental technologies, of course, but ultimately, in order to drive business impact, we're going to need a transformer, a transducer, somebody who is the connecting fabric between our enabling technology that we build in AI Foundry and Omniverse and connecting it to customers and their business impact, and that's Accenture. I can't imagine a better partner. Julie and I imagined this partnership about 4 months ago, and after that, our 2 engineering teams and research teams swarmed the building of a new platform that Accenture calls AI Refinery that helps customers build AI agents and co-pilots and AIs that help them use tools and access proprietary information and to be able to perform tasks and drive productivity. And we're working together across the agents space for employee co-pilots, as well as the metaverse place, Omniverse space for digital manufacturing. So we got a really big partnership.
Okay, and Julie, give us the big picture here for you strategically. Last year you told us Accenture is going to invest $3 billion over 3 years in your data and AI practice, that you double your AI talent headcount to 80,000. How much of that $3 billion and 80,000 is going to be focused on the NVIDIA stack?
Well, NVIDIA Stack is a great example of exactly how we're investing, because we're investing to actually help our clients accelerate their use of Gen AI to go faster. And by the way, we're using it at Accenture. So one of the things that Jensen and I agreed from the beginning was we need to have Accenture be our own best credential using this technology. And so we have now used it and are deploying it in marketing, using the engine of NVIDIA, and then seamlessly integrating across our technology stack and across our other investments in Gen AI to now go to market 20 to 50% faster to reduce our cost. And most importantly, we rewired our marketing function to get our campaigns to actually have 35% less steps. And that's what Jensen talks about, the transformation piece of this is we're not taking technology and just applying it to what we do today. We're rewiring. We're doing the same on the manufacturing site. You probably don't know, John, but we have at Accenture 1 million square feet of manufacturing space. We manufacture customized automation robotics, and we're using the combination of AI Foundry and Omniverse, starting in the design cycle to reduce that design cycle on those customized robotic automations by 50%. We're at the beginning, we're rolling it out, but we're demonstrating that agentic architecture is real, it's scalable, and we can use that engine across and leverage the digital cores and the Gen AI investments our clients are already making.
Julie, I did not know that, so that is good to know about the manufacturing. And Jensen, so about this go-to-market, fit it for me into the strategic framework for you. We know NVIDIA is part of OpenAI's $6.6 billion funding round announced today, largest of all time, and that models like the ones that OpenAI provides drive demand. So tell me how you view this full ecosystem working, from chips, platforms, models, applications, and then this go-to-market that you just talked about with Accenture.
Well, NVIDIA is a company that's building the full stack. We build the entire data center of AI infrastructures, from GPUs to CPUs, the networking chips, the switches, the NVLink switches, and we build all of the software that's necessary to bring up an AI infrastructure. But this is a brand new way of doing computing, and we're dedicated to build the entire stack and reinvent every layer of the technology stack so that cloud computing companies, scientific computing companies, healthcare companies, the world's enterprises, automotive companies, logistics companies, every company in the world can benefit from this revolutionary new technology we call AI. And so we're building the entire stack. With respect to our partnership with Accenture, no one has a greater reach. And because of what Julie was saying earlier, Accenture has a very large number of professionals that they're using themselves as a reinvention of how Accenture runs. And the urgency and the agility and the velocity that Julie and the team were able to harness was just incredible. And that's why we were all in working with them to reinvent the way that employees work, as well as in digital marketing, reinvent the way that things are made and the type of products that we make. There's a third area where we partner together, which is sovereign AI. There are companies all over the world, countries all over the world now realize that their natural resource is their digital data, their language, their culture, their industry, their universities, the knowledge that they create. That data is now, that intelligence is now codified in their data, and they would like to use that data, harvest that data, process, refine it into their own national digital intelligence. We partner with Accenture to be able to help countries around the world to create their, if you will, sovereign AI. This partnership allows us to span a very large part of the world's AI demand. Where this resides, the first wave, as I mentioned, was the creation of the foundational technology, the data center and such. This is now the beginning of a new wave called enterprise AI. And then after that, as we're entering into enterprise AI, we'll simultaneously developing, cultivating the wave after that, which is industrial AI. It is incredibly hard to do, but this is the area where digital manufacturing that Julie has a great deal of expertise and scale in, and our technology in Omniverse, I think bringing it to bear, combining with generative AI, we could make a big difference. We were just talking with Synopsys' CEO about exactly that a little bit ago as well. So Julie, this summer you announced what Jensen mentioned earlier, Accenture AI Refinery. I think you got something like 700,000 pairs of feet on the street dealing with this, built on NVIDIA AI Foundry on that stack. You also emphasized in that announcement Meta's Llama 3.1. So to what degree are these technology choices, these announcements, exclusive, right? Because we're going to see AMD, we're going to see lots of different software providers, including NVIDIA and Meta, coming out with different options. Are you offering the broadest menu? Are you going to be emphasizing with your workforce more specific ones? How should we fit this announcement into that concept of exclusivity?
John, it's such an important question because what NVIDIA and Accenture does is we think about our clients first, our customers first. And the NVIDIA engine and the AI refinery works with the world's best technology systems. It works across all of the clouds. It integrates the Gen AI investments that our clients are making with the best technology companies in the world to create a solution. What the AI refinery is doing, fueled by the great technology of NVIDIA, is to be able to take all these things to do and create custom AI, to do things solving problems like working across the enterprise. So in our marketing group, for example, we have people now having access to real-time digital workers who are constantly being able to give feedback to tell me, what's happening in the market. Is what I'm doing, is my campaign the most competitive? That used to be a lot of people and a lot of different groups at Accenture having to come together, right? And so our focus is about being able to work across the tech ecosystem seamlessly. And that was one of the principles that Jensen and I both have as we work with all of the partners, because that's what our customers need. And that's what makes us so unique.
Jensen, when you talk about industrial AI, so much of the physical world is not yet digitally mapped. And so we're talking with a number of companies that are in the process of trying to do that. We just had Gecko Robotics with us at CNBC yesterday. Samsara we talked to a lot on overtime. What further investments do you need to make, sorts of partnerships do you need to make to really drive toward that reality for that next stage so that AI has the full impact that you're expecting it will?
The first thing that we have to build is Omniverse. This is a journey that's taken us now 6 years. An operating system that understands space-time, understands physics, understands geometry, the things of the world. Omniverse simultaneously is inventing new AIs that allows us to take information that is video into 3D, images into 3D, point clouds or LiDAR into scanned information into 3D, photogrammetry into 3D, images into 3D, text into 3D. And now we have these AIs that are connected into Omniverse. It's plugged into the world's ecosystem. For example, you mentioned Synopsys earlier, working very closely with Synopsys and Ansys and Cadence and Autodesk and so many other software developers to connect their tools and their data into Omniverse. Once we do that, then the rest of it is about connecting virtual factories, the robots within those factories, the robotic systems that are going to be operating those factories, and we're going to have a digital representation or a digital twin of almost everything that we build and the factories that we use to build it. And once we have that, of course, just like we have digital twins of our companies with all the data that we have and all the employees that are inside using it, we're going to have a digital twin of factories. And the partnership we have with Accenture is about taking the AI refinery the service that they built on top of both of these things, and underneath the two foundational operating systems, the AI Foundry and the Omniverse infrastructure and platforms, and connect them into customer impactful business applications.
Jensen, you've laid out a game-changing concept there, and industrial policy, it's something that governments focus a lot on. To what degree do you see governments wholeheartedly embracing this because of its potential for growth, but then also disruptive potential? Who's doing the best job out there?
Well, Julian and I spent a lot of time with CEOs and government officials around the world, and I would say that there are no countries who don't want to leapfrog with AI. No countries want to be left behind with digital intelligence. Everybody realizes that manufacturing, producing intelligence is one of the most important things they could possibly do. And the artificial intelligence opportunity is their country or their company's best opportunity to leapfrog and get ahead. And so we're just seeing extraordinary enthusiasm, excitement, and great demand all over the world.
I appreciate you both being with us, Julie, Jensen. Jensen, real quick, before we'll let you go, give me a sense on whether that demand for your AI product, your whole stack, not just the chips, continues to be just as strong, and whether you're feeling the sense that the upcoming chip platforms that you have coming are on schedule.
Blackwell is in full production. Blackwell is as planned, and the demand for Blackwell is insane. Everybody wants to have the most, and everybody wants to be first. The thing that we have done with Blackwell and what we have announced, this new AI infrastructure generation every single year. And so we're going to update our platform every single year. And the reason for that is if we can increase the performance, as we've done with Hopper to Blackwell, by 2 to 3 times each year, we're effectively increasing the revenues or the throughput of our customers on these infrastructures by a couple of 3 times each year. Or you could think about it as decreasing cost every 2 or 3 years, reducing energy efficiency every single year. And so at a time when the technology is moving so fast, it gives us an opportunity to triple down and to really drive the innovation cycle so that we can increase capabilities, increase our throughput, decrease our cost, decrease our energy consumption. And so we're on a path to do that, and everything's on track.
Yeah, that pace also might make you pretty hard to catch. Jensen Huang, Julie Sweet, thank you so much for joining us.
All right, I hope you're all doing great today. The S&P finished the day nearly flat. NVIDIA finished the day up by nearly 1.6%. And Tesla finished the day down by about 3.5% following delivery numbers this morning. Delivery numbers came in line with expectations, but gigawatt hours came in noticeably less than last quarter. As I've said many times in recent videos, if Tesla trades lower following delivery numbers, then I expect the stock to find a bottom and then trade higher from that bottom the closer that we get to October 10th, as long as the rest of the market remains calm. Now back to NVIDIA. We got a lot of news today. Of course, we got news of the NVIDIA Accenture partnership. NVIDIA officially owns part of OpenAI following the latest round. And I've been seeing talk on social media about NVIDIA launching an open source large language model similar to that of OpenAI. So a lot happened today for NVIDIA. As for me, I am bullish on the long-term future of NVIDIA, and I think the company's best days are ahead. At the same time, I am cautious about adding to NVIDIA until we get to early November. There are multiple reasons for this. The first reason is that the market traded lower back in 2016 and 2020 starting in mid to late October and reached a relative low on the Friday before the election. This year, that would be November 1st. Additionally, NVIDIA tends to move in cycles in between earnings. Prior to NVIDIA's last 2 earnings reports, the stock reached a relative low about 3 to 5 weeks prior to the company's next earnings reports. If this pattern were to repeat itself, then we could see NVIDIA experience softening price action until sometime in late October/early November. Of course, patterns tend to repeat themselves, but they do not always have to, and I could be wrong. But given the timing of NVIDIA's typical cycle, and given the timing of the market during the last 2 election cycles, I am cautious about adding to NVIDIA between now and November 1st. Now, once we get to the actual week of the election, I think it is possible for NVIDIA and the rest of the market to start trading higher, as long as nothing unexpected is happening in the world at that time. And I think it is very possible for NVIDIA to trade higher in November in anticipation of the company's next earnings report. I think this is more likely than not given Micron's great earnings last week, and because Blackwell revenue should start to show up in NVIDIA's next quarter guidance. NVIDIA has said they expect several billion in Blackwell revenue in Q4, so that would be roughly $3 or $4 billion. So if NVIDIA guides Q4 Blackwell revenue substantially higher than $3 to $4 billion, then I think the stock would likely trade higher on that news. Right now, the market is focused on NVIDIA's upcoming product cycles, especially the Blackwell platform. In the immediate term, anything could happen. But from a long-term perspective, I am bullish on the future of NVIDIA, and I think this company could very well double over the next 2 years given NVIDIA's current growth trajectory and upcoming product cycles. The hyperscalers must invest in AI infrastructure now, and they have yet to show any signs of reducing their CapEx spending on AI. As long as things remain peaceful in the Pacific, and as long as none of the hyperscalers significantly reduce their CapEx, then I think NVIDIA should be just fine for at least the next 2 years. At least that's how I view the situation. With all of that being said, I hope you all have a great rest of the day, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts about NVIDIA in the comments below. Please leave a like on this video so more people will see it. And while you're down there, please consider subscribing. It's free, and you can always change your mind. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.